Hey, welcome to Davita's Stampin' Spot. It's Monday at 8 o'clock. Tonight we're doing something different, something I've never done before. I know a lot of demonstrators have done it. We're going to do what's called mystery stamping. So I hope several of you have already cut your paper and you're ready to go. I did this with my team at our team gathering in March, and they seem to enjoy it. So I'm anxious to see what you guys all think as you stamp with me. So the first thing we're going to do is I will flip this camera around here and show you the dimensions. Hopefully you've already got these cut, but see if I can get to the right place. There we go. All right. So you need a card base. That's our normal 5.5 by 8.5. One piece of cardstock, a different color, that's 4 inches by 5 1/4. This piece was actually for my team meeting. So you need a piece of designer series paper. And let me grab those dimensions. I didn't realize that was the other instructions. It's down in the feed. So if you, let's see, I'll pick it up on here. I apologize, I didn't think about that. When I did it for my team, I had all the pieces cut so that they didn't have to bring a bunch of things with them. And all right, here we go. So color 1 cardstock is 5.5 by 8.5. And all right, I'm going to flip this back around because you don't need to just see my screen there. Then color 1 cardstocks 5.5 by 8.5. Color number 2 is 4 inches by 5 1/4. Color number 3, you've got 3 pieces. One is 2 1/4 by 3 3/4, 1 3/4 by 3, and 1 1/2 by 2 1/2. And I'll give you these numbers as we go again. And then 2 pieces of designer series paper, 1 by 1 1/2 by 2 3/4, and then 2 inches by 3 1/2 inches. We need 1 small piece of white cardstock, 1 1/4 inches by 2 1/4 inches. And then I encourage you to have some ribbon and some jewels. So the first thing I'm going to have you do is take your piece that is 4 inches by 5 1/4. I apologize for the sound. I've got another Facebook group that is chatting back and forth, and we had some Stampin' Up meetings tonight. So ignore those. Hopefully that's going to quit here pretty quick. I don't know how to stop the sound on those. Oh, well, hopefully it won't be too distracting. So the piece that you have, the 4 by 5 1/4, put it in an embossing folder and run it through your die cut machine to get a nice pretty pattern on the back. So I'll give you just a couple minutes to pick an embossing folder. I put that in the instructions that you would have one, so hopefully you have one sitting there and you can run it through the machine. When I did this at our team meeting, I was trying to save them getting up, sitting down, getting up, sitting down, that kind of thing. So I had them do it in first. So I'll just have you do it first as well. I hope you guys are having a great week. I actually didn't work at the school today, so I was working here at home, and it was nice to get a few things done. If you looked at my office right now, you wouldn't think I got anything done, but I promise I did. And those of you that come to my open house are going to appreciate what I got done today, because I was sorting through some of my swaps and cards, and you know that I put those in a brown bag and give them away at my open house. And then you can use those card fronts and cards to decorate and make other cards that then you can give away. So there's some great cards that'll be in the bags. And hopefully you've got that piece embossed now. So take your card base that is 5.5 by 8.5 and score it at 4 1/4 and fold it in half. So your card is going to be landscape this time. So it's a landscape. And then the first step is you are going to glue that embossed paper onto the front of your card. So that's your first gluing. So you've embossed your 4 by 5 1/4, and you've taken your card base, you've scored it at 4 1/4, and then folded it in half to make your card. And now you're going to attach that embossed piece that's 4 by 5 1/4 to the front of your card. I cannot wait to see what you guys design with this, because I think you guys are going to make some beautiful cards, and it'll be interesting to see how closely they match mine. At the team meeting, I have some gals that like to just do their own thing. So their cards weren't very close, but they had beautiful cards. So all of them turned out really cool. All right, so now you have a piece of designer series paper that is 1 1/2 by 2 3/4. I think I laid some here. Maybe not. So it is 1 1/2 by 2 3/4. So if you don't have that cut, go ahead and cut it. If you do, then the color number 3, you have 3 different dimensions. And the dimension for this one would be the 1 3/4 by 3. And you're going to put that solid colored cardstock behind the designer series paper, so that you're putting a mat behind the designer series paper. While I'm waiting for you to do that, I want to remind you of some upcoming classes. I have designed a couple new events that I want to share in the next couple months, and so that slowed me down on getting my April classes out, because it just takes a little more work when you're doing stuff for the first time. And that new one of them is going to be my DSP class. And it's a class designed where the card designs allow you to see both sides of the DSP. So let me show you one of them. Here's one of them. So it goes like this. So you can see the front of the designer series paper and the back. I've got 7 card designs that I'll share with you. I'm looking forward to sharing that class with you on, I didn't write it on here, but I have my calendar. It is April 13th, Thursday, April 13th. And then I'm going to do a virtual class with that one on April 15th in the morning at 10 a.m. And in that virtual class will be 2 options. You can order the kits from me and I will send you the paper. You will need to stamp your own images because I can't stamp them for you. That's Stampin' Up! Policy. But you would get all the designer series paper and all the cardstock to go with it. Or you can use your own DSP and your own cardstock, and that will be less expensive than you're just paying for the PDFs for the card designs and stuff. All right, next step on your mystery stamping, you are going to take the second piece of designer series paper, and it is 2 inches by 3.5 inches, and you're going to grab the mat that is 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. Somebody's asking if it's live. Thought I was. Yeah, it shows that it's on. You're going to mat the second piece just like you did the first one. I'm typing her a quick message. All right, so hopefully she's going to find me there. So there are probably going to be some prizes. That got weird. So there are probably going to be some prizes. That got weird. So there are probably going to be some prizes. That got weird. So there are probably going to be. Now we're in a loop. Prizes. All right, let's turn the volume down here. There we go. Okay, so hopefully that didn't confuse everybody. You just never know what's going to happen, though, especially the first time you do something. So you've matted both pieces of your designer series paper. One of the DSPs was 1.5 by 2 3/4, and the other one is 2 inches by 3.5, and your mat is just 1/4 of an inch bigger. So the 1.5 and 1.5 by 2 3/4 would be 1 3/4 by 3, and the other mat is 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. So you've got those matted together. We're just about ready to start putting things on the card front. Then you need to stamp a greeting, and I gave you the information that you needed to have a stamp that would stamp on the piece of white paper that is 1 1/4 by 2 1/4, and it's going to go a long ways, which makes sense because of your greeting, I guess. You're going to want it portrait style. So go ahead and stamp your greeting on that white piece of cardstock. That again is 1 1/4 by 2 1/4. My technique class is next week on the 6th, and I thought I would show you the cards that we're going to make. I actually got to stamp last week. It was really fun. I had a day at home. So this is our technique. Haven't decided what the name of it's going to be. Maybe peekaboo cards, because we're going to stamp the same image on the front and the inside, and then have the circle so you can see it through. One thing I like about it too is it shows some of our designer series paper front and back. This one's our fun fold, and I showed it to you the other day. I just love this little card. I did this layout a long time ago. Actually, I think the first demonstrator, Kansas City area demonstrator meeting we did. I love that layout. And then this is going to be our simple card. Doesn't he just make you happy, even though it's raining on the front? He just looks so happy. So that class is going to be April 6th at 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock. So hope you can join me for that. All right, now you're going to put your mat behind your white paper, and your white paper is 1 1/4 by 2 1/4. So your cardstock is 1 1/2 by 2 1/2. So I did mine that all three, that color number 3, they're all the same color. Some of the ladies at the team meeting, they changed them and made them different colors. So you can do this one where you do it all the same like I did mine, and then we'll see what you come up with for other ideas. What I started to say, and then everything got messed up there with volumes, is that if you're brave enough to post a picture of the mystery card that you make, there might be some prizes involved, some drawings. So make sure, be brave. Everybody loves to see what people create. So after we're done tonight, post a picture of the card that you made so I can see it. And other people, I always say copying, which we say is case, copy and share everything. It's always fun to see how people take ideas and change it and make it their own, and copy the idea that you came up with. All right, now you're going to take ribbon and you're going to wrap it around the largest designer series paper up at the top. So if you take your paper I'm just going to grab a piece of cardstock here. Should have grabbed. Now this is close. You're going to wrap it around just one time. And you'd have your designer series paper on here and glue that down. And then if you want to, you can add a little knot up here, or you can leave it just like that. That's your choice. Okay, so wrap your ribbon around the largest designer series paper piece that you have, which is the one that is 2 inches by 3.5, and then it has the mat behind it. Hope you're getting that done. Last week, I asked one of my team members, Dana, if I could borrow some of the items from the online exclusive. I have not gotten, I think I've only gotten one item from the online ordered. But while you're doing that, I'm going to show you this designer series paper. It is absolutely fabulous. Some of these pieces are just amazing. It was so popular that it sold out, I think, within the first couple days, but they have gotten it back in stock again. So you can order this. I think my favorite pieces are here at the end. It's 6 by 6, so you get, I believe, 48 sheets. I'm pretty sure it's 48. Yep, 48 sheets. Isn't that gorgeous? It looks like you've already embossed on white over the top of it. I love these two. These are my favorites. All right, so hopefully you've got your ribbon wrapped around now. All right, so now is when you have to listen to my words to see if your card looks like mine. So place the largest DSP piece with the mat and the ribbon 1/4 of an inch from the left side of the card front. Place the largest DSP with mat and ribbon about 1/4 of an inch from the left side of your card front. You can just use your regular adhesive. Don't pop this piece up. You want it flat. I'll read it to you one more time. Place the largest DSP with mat about 1/4 of an inch from the left side of the card front. So another part of the online exclusive are these amazing folders. Oops, I forgot. I'm not using that camera. That's my favorite one, the dots. And then there's kind of this cross image. And then this one, and I use that one. This one is one I used on the St. Patty's Day cards. They come all three together for $30. The stamp set is of Irresistible Blooms. And it has a set of dies. And I know Dana told me that one of the things that she liked the most was this long, look at that, isn't that pretty? Oh, love it. And then here's these dies as well. I like the circle image, and then of course it cuts out the flowers and the leaves. All right, got that done? You've attached your largest DSP about 1/4 of an inch from the left side of your card. Next step. Adhere the smaller DSP with your mat. Now listen, about 1.5 inches from the left side of the larger DSP. So you've got your DSP on there, and you're going to put the second piece down about 1.5 inches from the left side of that designer series paper. There's also a classic letter set. This one I may have to get because I always like having letters. And then she also got some of this beautiful paper. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And it comes in copper, gold, and silver. It was on very vanilla, which is kind of unusual for us. We do a lot more on white. But here's the copper. You see that? Oh, it's just gorgeous. And then here is the silver. Beautiful, beautiful paper. You get 2 of each one. Yeah. So 6 sheets, 2 of each one. Thank you to Dana for letting me borrow that. I have not been ordering a whole lot, so I appreciated the fact that she would let me borrow hers so I could share it with you. This is what we're calling an online exclusive, which means it's only offered in the online store. You can order it from me. I can order it for you, but it's not going to be in the new catalog. It's something that's just being offered in the online store. They're going to do this 2 or 3 times a year just so we have some new product to look at. All right, hopefully you've got that second piece down. Now you're going to use dimensionals to add the greeting to about 1/4 of an inch. Make sure I got my dimension right. Yep, about 1/4 of an inch from the right side of the embossed image. Okay, so we're kind of working our way across the card front. So this one is going to be about 1/4 of an inch from the right hand side. So as most of you, I think, already know, that starting March 29th, as demonstrators, we get a digital copy of the new catalog. And needless to say, everybody's excited. They are doing what they're calling a color refresh. And we've done it before. They usually do it about every 5 years or so. I think they kind of held off this time because of all the issues with COVID and shipping issues and supply and raw materials and all of that. So we will find out on the 29th at, I believe it's 1 o'clock our time. We'll get an idea of what new colors we're getting. There have been some hints that maybe some retired colors are coming back. We'll have to see. And then we get to pre-order some goodies in April, and the catalog goes live for everybody the first May 4th. So the first part of May. And if you would like a catalog from me, please let me know. I need to let Stampin' Up! Know who I want them mailed to this week. And then for those of you that are local, you'll get yours from me the next time I see you, once I get them ordered. All right, so you got that on there? All right, now add some gems. If you've got pearls or jewels or sequins or whatever you like, add them. I added 3. Remember, when you do gems and that kind of stuff, you always want an odd number. So 1, 3, 5, add some gems. And then your card should be done. So I hope my instructions haven't been too difficult. Hope you've been able to follow them. I can't wait to see what you guys make with my instructions. And I'll give you just a couple minutes here, and then I'll show you what my card looks like. Let's see, what other classes did I want to tell you about? I'm doing a kit class on April 7th. It's a Friday. We don't have school that Friday. It is Good Friday. And I think most services are in the evening. So I'm doing a class at 10 and 2, or doing 2 classes at 10 and 2 that day. They will be at my mom's house, so it'll only be 2 steps into the house. So if you can join me on Good Friday, that would be awesome. You can let me know what kits you want by looking at stampinup.com. And then I'll make sure I have those for you. And then the last class I want, well, no, it isn't either. The last April class, I'm calling it Sad Goodbye Buffet. So once I find out on the 29th what amazing stamp sets are going away, I will pull some cards that I've made in the past or design some new ones and give you a chance to use those stamp sets one more time with me before they go away. There will be a retired list that goes out April 4th, and there will be discounts on that day. But if you know that you need some ink, re-inking bottles, get those before then, because I will tell you right now, once that list goes live, ink refill bottles are going to go away quickly. They always do. So if you need to order, I am putting an order in this week. Let me know what refill bottles you need and I'll get those ordered for you. I'm going to do that sad goodbye buffet on April 27th and May 1st. So that's a Thursday and a Monday, and I hope you can join me for that. And then on May 6th, make sure you are saving the date, because I am going to do something brand new. In the morning on that Saturday, I'm going to have a games and make and takes with our brand new products, and there'll be prizes, and I'll try to have all of them be new and exciting stuff. And then in the afternoon from 1 to 6 will be my open house for everyone. The morning class, there will be a fee because we're going to do make and takes and prizes, throw in some bingo games and some other games. So that one will be a charge. There will be a fee included, but that also means you'll get to shop early with my retired merchandise sale with all my goodies I'm giving away. And to say that I plan to clean out is an understatement this year. I cannot stand everything I have sitting around, so I'm going to clean out big time. So save May 6th on your calendar. 9 to 11:30 in the morning will be the games and make and takes and more. And then from 1 to 6 in the afternoon will be the regular open house, where I will have one make and take and the retired sale displays and all the new stuff for you to see. All right, well, this was new for me. It felt very strange to not be stamping and have you look at me the whole time instead of what I'm creating. Now, let me show you my card. I had it right here, and I bet I covered it up with my goodies. So I'm going to show you two different designs. Here's the first one with this pattern paper that I did. And here's the other one. I used some of the Hostess paper. So you can see there it is. So how close did you get? Are you just about like, is yours just about like mine? And if you really enjoy the Mystery Monday, please let me know. Send me a personal message or comment down below so that I know this is something you guys would like to continue. I know when we try something new, it's always kind of a challenge the first time because you're not quite sure what to expect. I got the idea from Sharon Armstrong. I was on demonstrator council with her, and she shared this idea, and I've just put off giving it a try for quite a while. As you can tell, I'm trying to glue something down here, so let me show you real quick what I was going to do on the inside. So I took a 3/4 inch strip that was not in your instructions. I was working on this today, and so this is what I came up with. And it is 3/4 of an inch by 4 inches. And I just put my paper crooked. I did crooked paper. All right, so you can see it's there on the side. And it's going to go on the inside and match here. So it'll look like this. And then I want to show you, because I wasn't sure what to stamp on the envelope, because I didn't really have a stamp set that was, I'm trying to grab my envelopes here, a stamp set that was lines. So what I did is I cut a piece that is the size of the flap. And let me turn my camera around so you can see this real quick. You're going to watch me stamp after all. All right, so I'm going to put the glue on the flap so I don't get glue where I don't want it. And you can do this with any card that you make, which makes it nice because it coordinates your card with the envelope very easily, and it's very quick to do. And I think it just really makes it look nice. All right. And then I'm going to take my scissors and just trim around the edge. And this paper then matches the paper on the front of the card. So it coordinates really nicely. And there's my envelope. So it goes with my card. Doesn't that look nice? All right, be brave. I want to see what you posted. And please let me know whether you enjoy the mystery stamping, to whether I should continue it or not. My thought right now is that I would do it every couple weeks, and then I would create on the other weeks like I normally do. So I'm going to post a picture here of the 2 cards that I made. This other stuff out of the way. I didn't worry about cleaning off my workspace as I was talking tonight. I didn't think I was going to flip it around. So there you go. Hope you're having a great week, and I'll see you next Monday at 8 o'clock.